Maybe not show the dirty
Alright, who cares? Anyways, that's my mom. That's my cousin Brandon WienkeBender. That's his girlfriend Alyssa, Mrs. WienkeBender. And there's the ZombieShyGuy. And here's me. Okay.
Old Greg.
I'm old Greg. Okay. So, the reason why we're doing this recording is because Merlin's gonna give everybody, the entire motherfucking world, a lowdown, or the rundown, I guess would be the proper way of saying it, of zombies.
Alright. Mom posted, or gave this serious question of, does people in zombie scenarios know what zombies are and all that? Well, the first 20 years or so, when it came down to zombie movies and all that, no, they didn't. Like, if you go back to Romero's early works and stuff like that, it was all, what's going on, no one had a clue, nobody knew what zombies were and all that. But in popular culture and all that, the last 20 years or whatever, most zombie scenarios, movies, books, whatever, people know what zombies are. Or at least have a small idea of what's going on. And the trend is, like take Zombieland, for instance. Even though in the beginning they don't know what caused it, it's very obvious that they knew what zombies were thanks to, well, how media and culture is nowadays whenever it comes down to zombies.
Right, hold that one point. Keep that in mind, right? Guys, feel free to make comments as he talks, and I'll keep him really interested, keep his juices going on it. Alright.
Okay, to kill a zombie, you have to chop off their head.
Well, okay, you see, that's where it gets crazy, weird, and complicated. Zombie movies are like fruit. There's not just one kind of them. There's dozens of different zombie-apocalypse scenarios, dozens of different types of zombies. I mean, you have the traditional Romero zombies, which are the slow-moving dead ones, that not only living people become zombies, that zombies that were already, dead bodies in the ground rose up and became zombies. And that's normally not even an infection or a disease. That's almost always, either a biblical plague or radiation.
Alyssa, you ask your question.
Well, I wasn't completely done with Mom's question then.
Okay, then continue. You paused, so I just figured you were.
Well, I was just collecting myself. So not all zombies are just instantly killed by cutting their head off or shooting them in the head and all that. Though most zombies, yes, that is the number one easy way to kill them. But some zombie scenarios, they're alive. Like in 28 Days Later, those zombies are living, rabies-infected zombies. In which case, yes, shooting them in the head, instant kill, easily dead. But then again, putting a bunch of bullets in them, having them bleed to death, that also kills them.
Is it raining?
Yeah, because 28 days later, the end of it, pretty much, they just...
Yeah, they starved.
Yeah, they just starved to death and stuff.
So if it's dead zombies risen from the dead, are normally, well, obviously, shoot in the head, destroy the brain, dead zombies. Living zombies, you don't just have... You can do that, which is the easy way to do it. Or you can cut off a couple limbs and let them lay there and bleed to death, or outlast and let them starve to death. But the worst case of zombies is the mutating zombies. Those are sort of like, think Resident Evil. Those are the zombies that not always shooting in the head kills them. Because if they mutate to the point where it just takes a lot of firepower to take them down, then it's going to be a lot of firepower to take them down.
I have a question. Do zombies eat dogs and cats and horses and cows too, and then go after people, or is it strictly a people diet?
Okay, if you go back to Romero's early movies, like the original black and white Night of the Living Dead, there's a scene where there's a zombie eating a rat. But in other zombie movies, like in the video games Left 4 Dead or Zombieland or certain other zombie movies, zombies don't eat or infect or go after living animals. But it all depends upon the type of zombie. I mean, there's a chance that yes, they're going to literally ravage the land and eat everything there and just murder it all and just consume like a true virus.
But they don't want any celery.
Well, okay.
I don't want to eat celery.
If you go down the Resident Evil,
What are these zombies then?
if you go to the Resident Evil movies, that's actually something hilarious. The Resident Evil movies, it shows the barren landscape where everything's basically turned to desert and all that. And that's partially because of the virus, and that's also because zombies are literally eating, infecting, and destroying everything, including plant life.
Okay, go on.
So yes, in some scenarios there are zombies that eat plants, and in other scenarios there are zombies that don't even look at our dogs here as food sources. They just see humans as the one thing to eat.
So we could live peacefully with vegetarian zombies.
3/4 of the time, no. 3/4 of the time, almost every zombie is just out to kill and eat everything. Now, the idea of zombie is not always just some mindless creature that's out to eat things. The term zombie is basically any human being that has lost its natural thought pattern. Like if you go to that one movie, what's the name of it, where the plants were basically hitting the switch and making every human commit suicide.
Oh, The Happening?
Yes,
Yeah.
The Happening is
In that Shyamalan.
The Happening is also counted as a zombie movie because the term of a zombie is a human being that has lost its mind. So, under that idea, like the original of the Crazies.
Photobombing.
It's video. It'd be video bombing.
Well, look what's going on behind you.
Okay, wait. Keep it going.
So, like the original movie, the Crazies were not traditional zombies. They were human beings that were just infected with this thing that kept them intelligent, but just made them go psycho and murder everything. So the opposite of that are human beings that have gone psycho and just murder themselves.
Okay, do you think that zombies can change, like in warm bodies?
Well, there's always that possibility. Like if it's not necessarily a virus that has caused zombies, because if it's a virus or disease, it's almost definite that something like in warm bodies isn't going to happen.
Brandon, can
So
you
are there
work
any
the camera real
zombie
quick?
movies with happy endings besides warm bodies?
Well, if you look at 28 Days Later, the ending of that was considered a happy one because basically who was left alive survived. They managed to get over the
Those
most...
weren't zombies, weren't they
Were
vampires?
No, in 28 Days Later they were zombies because basically they were infected with this virus that kept them alive. It was a weird strain of rabies. It kept them alive, but at the same time it made them hunger for anything to eat.
I think more likely we're all going to get some terrible form of pneumonia and die in a puddle of mucus.
Well, you see, that technically wouldn't be. So that those are those epidemic movies like Contagion or whatever. Those aren't the one. Those aren't necessarily zombie movies. Though in some ideas, it's sort of be like the Crazies. With like the Crazies, the people in that weren't infected from other crazy people or necessarily through blood transfusion. It was in the air. It's sort of like a fungal thing. Where
What, the Crazies?
Yeah.
No, it was in the water.
Well, yeah, it was in the water, but it was also in the air. The original Crazies was in the air.
Well, I never saw the original Crazies. But, okay, here's a good question, actually. Why is it that zombie movies and just the zombie lore and the cultures and subcultures and stuff, why are they so popular?
Because we were basically already in the middle of a zombie-apocalypse.
Why is that?
Well, okay, Romero, whenever he started the whole zombie craze, he fell upon it by accident. And the reason it got so picked up in the last 2 decades is because if you go to a mall or a Walmart or whatever, and you're just one of these regular counterculture rebellious adolescent teens, you see all these people that are all like-minded, flocking for the same ideals, buying the same crap, following the same patterns and ideals as each other. It seems kind of mindless, like zombies. Like they're just doing the same 9 to 5, just typical bullshit they do every week for the rest of their lives. It already seems like we're in the middle of a zombie movie right then and there to the younger generation. So the only difference would be is if all these 9 to 5ers went crazy and start murdering everybody else who wasn't a 9 to 5er.
But wouldn't that still just make it zombie related? Because if you're a 9 to 5er and you're murdering things that aren't 9 to 5ers, then
Yeah, exactly. Okay, the
So that
basic
would
way,
be like the Holocaust then.
the basic way to look at it is the love of zombie movies has sort of been sort of like an emo teen's razor.
What the fuck?
No matter how much you would hate the end of the world, you hope for it because it kill the boredom.
Ha. Brandon, do you have a question for Merlin about zombies?
I don't know.
Come on. Don't be camera shy.
I'll think of something.
Alyssa, do you got another one?
Not at the moment.
Mother.
I think that's the subject might be paralyzed.
For the moment, probably.
Oh, why is that?
Well, normally, whenever you talk about zombies and zombie movies and stuff like that, there's always a brief, abrupt end to the idea of it because it's...
Because we're all too already zombie aware?
Yeah, that's another thing I want to say. Is that everyone thinks that since America and the rest of the world is all zombie aware, that if a zombie-apocalypse happened, it would be quelled and crushed like that. But the thing with it is, it's like in the book, like the World War Z book, which sparked this whole debate. You can be as aware of zombies as you want to, but there's always different kinds. It might not always be the slow, shambling, Romero-esque zombies. It might be the 28 days later run at you at full sprint and not give a damn about anything else. And it might be the worst possible idea of a evolving, mutating zombie strain that literally infects every cell of the human body. Of course, the easiest would be the Romero-esque zombies, but not everybody is sitting there physically fit, holding a 357 ready to shoot zombies in the head.
Yeah, I guess not every single person out there is Clint Eastwood, huh?
Exactly. And not every cop is sitting there ready to look at their buddy who they've been partnered with for years and watch him get bit and then instantly know, oh, I'm going to shoot my best friend in the face.
Well, if you're Shane from The Walking Dead, you do it in like a heartbeat.
Well, yeah. But then again, if you look at even The Walking Dead, Shane and them, before it got that intense, they were already exposed to the worst part of it, so it got kind of easy.
Yeah.
It's like riding a bike. Once you do it once, every other time just gets easier and easier.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like the other day, since, I actually forgot how to sit down, that was uncomfortable.
I was going to say, like, if I got on a bike now, after not being on one for a long time, I'd probably wobble a bit.
Okay, well, here's something. Here's something. You're touching on all different kinds of zombies. What about alien zombies?
Actually, there's an Australian zombie movie that was actually out, I want to say about 6 or 7 years ago. The premise of it is, it was this weird bioweapon strain or whatever that these aliens made, but it escaped through a comet or something that passed by Earth and in the tailstream left the virus, and it ended up getting absorbed into the atmosphere, and it rained. And basically the rain would cause zombies.
You should set up a database of zombie lord. They already have that somewhere.
It's the internet. What do you expect?
Yeah,
Well,
and I also run the AZA, which is the Anti-Zombie Apocalypse, is a page I have on Facebook, and I randomly drop hints and tips of how to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I've been doing that for like a year and a half. Anyways, in the Australia movie, this whole small Australian town was walled off by the aliens, and the aliens ended up saving the people, but not everybody. In the thought of alien zombies, you're sort of screwed because there wouldn't be anything mankind could do to, remedy a triple helix bioweapon strain of doom.
Well, okay, actually, if you think about it in a sense, right? What makes a zombie, besides being dead?
Well, like I said, the term zombie is normally just any being that's lost its damn mind.
Right, but the way zombies, quote-unquote, reproduce.
9 times out of 10, it's through biting or spreading some sort of DNA from one host to another.
Or a virus, yeah, DNA, regardless. So, but it still just boils down to you destroying something to create something, right?
Well, not in the 28 days later idea. The virus wasn't destroying anything. It was just taking control of one host after another.
Okay, well, still. Well, no. By destroying, I'm referring to, like, life. Taking life away. But then again, on 28 days later, the creature that gets infected is still alive.
If you look at the Left 4 Dead zombies, they're not taking life away. They're
True,
evolving
okay.
life into
True,
something
true.
new.
But if going by original zombie lore and stuff like that, right? Would it be too far to say that the xenomorphs from Aliens count as zombies too? I mean...
Actually, me and Brandon were talking about this last night. What would be scarier, muted fast zombie apocalypse or alien insects? In my idea, they are separate things. The xenomorphs from...
No, it was pumped up like raging zombies versus like alien bugs.
Insects,
Yeah.
The
Wait. Let the man go into detail about it since he came up with it apparently.
No, I was the
he
one who
was-
posted the question.
Yeah.
He's the one that gave the answer
Well then let him give the answer.
Alien bugs.
alien bugs.
Why's that? Why?
Well, I'm the one who persuaded
Oh
him.
yeah, most people would like frantic and freak out like in the movie scenarios, you know? And
Yeah.
it'd be like everyone against each other, or every man for himself, and with alien bugs, we'd all just team together and squish them bugs, you know? Took a while to figure that out.
But, okay, in the terms of the xenomorphs in the alien movies, those are bioweapons. As it showed in Prometheus, just from the start of it, they weren't even aliens. They themselves are an alien zombie movie.
Okay. So you kind of haven't touched on video game zombies and stuff in the sense of like necromorphs and like the Flood from Halo.
Okay.
And trust me, I'm not gonna bring up fucking Black Ops or Call of Duty and stuff because that's just that's not core essential to any storyline or anything like that.
Okay. Anyone who's watched the Dead Space playthrough for you and me, I've already explained the idea of the necromorphs. The necromorphs aren't your traditional zombie movie zombies. They are not even aliens. It's a form of energy, more or less. It's an energy form that's given off by the markers, and the markers themselves literally slowly change the DNA of the host to better suit its needs, and to make it, the perfect food substance, which eventually causes the necromorphs. And the necromorphs are caused by the easiest way to say is like black magic ritualistic suicide. And that's what eventually causes the necromorphs.
Hey, Chris.
Yo, Chris. But as for
What's going on?
Where's Wayne? He ain't made it back?
the Flood,
No?
the Flood is the traditional, what you were talking about, alien zombies.
Shit, I left our house and went to Taco Bell and got a 12-pack. And
So he's
come
still
back.
down there. Was he
He's still
asleep?
down there. I don't know if he's asleep or not.
No, you two are having a conversation. I see what's going on.
He was
Yeah.
talking to him.
Alright,
By the way, Alyssa, just so you know,
Taco.
this is
Alright.
I'm gonna post a link to this on Facebook. You'll get tagged in it.
Don't tag me in it,
Why not?
because I'm friends with my parents on Facebook.
Okay. I mean, so
She doesn't tell her parents.
I figured he'd be back down
Oh.
here.
Yeah.
all right,
Okay,
fine,
so-
fair enough. I'll tag him though.
That's all I got.
Okay, any other questions?
Well, Brandon, do you have another one? Did you think of a question? Either one of you two?
If
First time a zombie scared me
Do you have
was
any
in
zombie
Minecraft the other
questions,
night.
Chris? They're doing a
Deep in
web.
the mine, fell on me out of nowhere. The sound was up. Nearly shit my pants.
Minecraft zombie.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
all
Minecraft
zombies.
zombies.
Dude, I was in a mine, just middle of the night, I was like, it was either the night before last, I think. It was pretty late. And I was just sitting there mining, just digging out shit, going about my business. I come up like on a ravine. I don't even see it. There's like an opening above. Zombie falls out of nowhere, like right on top of me, and just
Goomba stomps you.
just freaked out. I was like, what just happened?
Has anybody ever made a Lego zombie?
Whoa. Wait, what?
You should get Ryan to work on that.
Oh!
You see, that's actually something. I don't think, kids' movies and stuff will ever touch on the zombie ideal. Just because.
Oh, what? No. Kids' movies already have Corpse Bride and Frankenweenie.
No. Frankenweenie was not like zombie.
And technically, if you want to go buy it, Frankenstein was actually technically the first zombie movie out there then. First zombie story even.
There are adult Legos.
Well, okay.
What the hell?
Frankenstein's story sort of follows along the idea of zombies, but it's more along the idea.
I mean, there's nothing that's effective and stuff about them, but I mean, it's still a dead corpse coming back to life.
But once again,
but then again, he ended up being sentient.
The definition of zombies is beings that have lost their goddamn mind. It's always plural, and like you never really hear about like a zombie story that only involved one zombie.
All right, okay. Here's a good question. How fucked do you think we would be if zombie apocalypse happened, right? And not only does it affect humans, but also affects animals.
That's touching along the Resident Evil lines of things.
Oh no! I'm not talking any mutations or anything and all like. Actually, what I'm referring to is a show called Misfits, right? What the hell does that sound? Anyways, there's a part of the series Misfits where this one chick comes back to life, and it turns out when she comes back to life, she's a zombie, and all, and she's not too familiar with it and all. She's sentient, she knows she is, and all, but she still has the undesirable urge to go off and feast on living flesh. In which case, she ends up biting a cat. Okay. The cat turns into a zombie and all, and I believe she bit the cat in an inconspicuous place, and the cat doesn't look like it's rotting or anything like that and all. Everybody's like, oh, look at the cute little cat and all that. Cat's going around scratching the shit out of people. Everywhere. It's turning everybody into zombies. You see how that could be fucked up, right? Yeah. Alright, now, what if it also infected insects then?
Well...
Flies are everywhere. Gnats are everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what if it was an evolution thing? Once the cat scratched you, the zombie state was midway between you turning into a cat.
That would be cool.
Then that would be like the literal definition of cat scratch fever.
I think that'd
follow the world. Movie, get on Kickstarter.
I think that'd be like the undead version of lycanthropy. Turn into a werecat. A zombie werecat.
Okay, well, this video's been going on for roughly 23 minutes, so, any ending statements about zombies?
Can't wait to see World War Z.
I think that's a good sum up of it, but I think what uber close-up shot. But I think the best sum up for any zombie debate is whether it happened or didn't, we're already there.
Alright, well, just so you know, I'm going to name this Interview with a Zombie.
Parentheses, Shy Guy.
Alright, on that one, we bid you adieu, YouTube.